Welcome, Descendants! If you've just recently completed the main campaign in the First Descendant and now have access to hard mode content, this video is for you. With so many Descendants and ultimate weapons, and so much content added since the initial release, it can be overwhelming for newer players to know what to do next. In this video, I'll be giving newer players plenty of ideas on how to continue their adventure in the First Descendant. If you're still in the midst of the main campaign, you might want to check out my new player guide first. It provides important details on Descendant and weapon progression, particularly the section discussing energy activators and crystallization catalysts. If you haven't used the max capacity and assigned module socket type functions yet, now is the time to do so. Probably your first decision is which Descendant you want to develop first. If you take a look in the library, you'll find that many Descendants require a fairly large amount of materials in order to research them. Bunny, Sharon, and Freyna are exceptions, only requiring you to replay specific normal mode missions. Freyna is quite powerful, and quite popular as a result of this. As far as weapons go, there are a few ultimate weapons that similarly require less effort to research. The Thunder Cage is quite strong, and quite popular as a first ultimate weapon. Whichever Descendant you choose, perhaps the best first step once you've unlocked hard mode is to procure level 100 equipment. Upon completing the campaign, your weapons, reactor, and external components will be around level 90, leaving you a little underpowered for most hard mode content. You can hop into Kingston in hard mode, run just a single mission, and immediately acquire some level 100 weapons. If you prefer the action of your existing weapon, you can head to a workbench to perform weapon level transmission, using an unwanted level 100 weapon as the donor. At this point, it's not a bad idea to also perform weapon readjustment, even if it's just enough to get some extra firearm attack as a starting point. To get a level 100 reactor and level 100 external components, you can open the world map in hard mode and use the difficulty level rewards option. Your first level 100 reactor only needs to match your Descendant's element type, highest damaging Arche type, and your favorite weapon type's optimization condition. Your first set of level 100 external components can be your preferred HP, shield, or defense support components. Keeping in mind that the base auxiliary power has a lower shield buff, sensor has a lower defense buff, and memory has a lower hit point buff. After you've acquired your first full set of level 100 equipment, you can start to keep your eye out for gear with increasingly superior bonuses. The best reactors and external components will be marked with 2 gold-colored bonuses. Once you're all geared up, you can start to challenge yourself with either hard mode content, or perhaps normal difficulty Void Vessel. The commander encounters found in hard mode dungeons are a good first test of your abilities, easily found here via the Infiltration Operations terminal. These always offer at least 2 levels of difficulty, identified by 100% or 250%. I'll discuss the much more difficult 400% level a bit later. But the Void Vessel is your gateway to acquiring your Arche Fellow, the dog that will run around picking up equipment that drops from Vulgus. The Void Vessel is only accessible via the Void Vessel Operations terminal, introduced in Season 2. Acquiring your dog is a great quality of life upgrade that I'd recommend getting done as soon as you're able to reliably complete the Void Vessel dungeons. You can also gain access to 2 additional Descendants, Keelan and Inez. If you're looking to level your Descendant quickly, you can visit the Special Operations terminal. These missions can be quite difficult, as they feature large mobs of Vulgus that spawn at an overwhelming pace. Once your favorite First Descendant has 4 or 5 crystallization catalysts, you should be finding 250% dungeons and the Void Vessel to be fairly easy content to run. You can start to acquire more Descendants, your first ultimate Descendant, more ultimate weapons, and better reactors and external components. Descendants and ultimate weapons come from either Colossus fights or the Void Fusion reactors found scattered throughout the map zones. Commanders and Colossi drop specialized external components that have extra set bonuses. These are often used for specialized builds, such as the Slayer set for quickly taking down certain Colossi. The most grindy Descendant to acquire is, without a doubt, Hailey, the Glacial Marksman. Each week, the game rotates which 2 dungeons are involved in an invasion. This is a separate game mode that has a unique mechanic for each of the 3 Vulgus legions, with a particularly strong commander in the final encounter. Successfully completing an invasion dungeon rewards you with up to 5 parts out of a total of 144 towards researching Hailey. The Legion of Darkness and Immortality invasion mechanics are reasonably easy to figure out. The Order of Truth invasion mechanics can be pretty rough, particularly if you're running it solo. You have 2 minutes to uncover the correct order of the puzzle shapes on these columns, while you're being attacked by mobs of Vulgus. Once you figure out the puzzle code, you have to find and activate the matching drone. Then use the pickup weapon to shoot the 3 eyeballs on the blockaded wall.
The drone has been destroyed and the Erosion energy emitter has been exposed.
When an invasion is occurring, that dungeon will also have the additional 400% difficulty level available. These feature seemingly endless mobs of Vulgus and 2 commanders in the final encounter. Successfully completing 400% dungeons rewards you with vouchers that you can turn in for a variety of items from the ETA-0 robot in Ambient. Season 2, Episode 2 introduced a new field named Sigma Sector, along with an extension of the main story centered around Glay's search for her daughter. It's a little hard for me to tell where this new content falls in terms of difficulty. When the content launched, I had several descendants who were more than capable of running both normal and high-risk difficulty. There are some pretty dense mobs, even in normal difficulty, so high risk didn't feel significantly more difficult to me. I suspect new players would need to be able to run 250% dungeons before jumping into the Sigma Sector at all. You'll be able to acquire Serena, as well as 4 new ultimate weapons. You'll also gain experience towards Arche tuning, which allows you to apply additional bonuses towards your descendant. Once you reach Mastery Rank 18, you'll gain access to Void Erosion Purge dungeons. There are a total of 30 stages of difficulty, with the final 5 stages acting as the game's most difficult content as of April 2025. Successfully completing Purge dungeons gains access to the materials needed to upgrade ultimate weapons with weapon cores. There are currently 10 levels of weapon cores, and the bonuses you get from them are quite extreme. I think it's a little unfortunate that the Void Erosion Purge released halfway into Season 2, as there isn't really any content yet outside of Purge dungeons that actually require the use of weapon cores to complete. And there's some discontent in the community regarding Descendants becoming overpowered once you've combined weapon-cored ultimate weapons with a fully catalyzed and arcade-tuned character. Hopefully, Season 3 will take steps towards addressing this. The way that character and weapon progression works in the First Descendant makes it tricky to anticipate how difficult new content will be in future seasons. Hopefully, this guide gives younger players a decent roadmap for tackling the content that exists thus far. This summary shows what I believe to be a reasonable recommendation for player progression who've recently completed the main campaign on normal difficulty. I hope you've found something in here helpful as you navigate all the hard mode content in the First Descendant. You can check out all of my First Descendant content over on my website at RileyEntertainment.com. Stay tuned to Riley Entertainment and smash that like button if you enjoy my content.